Next, let's talk about how to deal with responsive type. Now, setting your text measurements to ems as opposed to pixels or points is going to have some advantages when you're building a responsive layout. Now, all text content has a common parent, which is the body element. Now, the default font size for all the text in the body is 100%. So here I've just explicitly written out that default size, body font size 100%. In a responsive site, sometimes we'd like to change the size of our text, but for the most part, as designers, we like to keep the relationship between our different elements the same. So let's say, for example, that on devices that are 768 pixels or less, I would actually like to shrink all of the type in my website by 10%, but I still want my H1s to be 2.5 times larger than my paragraphs. So in this case, I write a media query at media for only screen devices, where the device's maximum width is 768 pixels. I would like to select body elements and change their font size to 90%. So here inside the media query, we've changed the font size from 100% to 90%. Now, even though we're setting our text to be 10% smaller here, because we set all of our typography using ems previously, we're still maintaining this relationship of H1s being 2.5 times larger than paragraphs. Here we have a practical example demonstrating responsive type. You can see here on the body element, I have a font size of 100%. On our H1, we have 2.5 ems on our paragraph 1em. And here we have a media query that's triggering at a max width of 400 pixels. So here, 400 pixels or less, we will see this kick into action on our little frame here. Now we're changing it to 130, so we're getting 30% larger. And right there you can see it bumps up. So here we're at 401, 402 pixels. Then we come down to 400, 399, 398, etc. Anything below the maximum width of 400 pixels, we're seeing a 30% increase there. Although both of the text has gotten 30% larger, the F is still 2.5 times larger than the paragraph there. So again, ems are your friend for sizing typography on a responsive website. Another strategy for dealing with text in a responsive website is to adjust paragraph text to wrap into multiple columns on larger size screens. For all paragraphs, the default column count is set to 1, so we don't even have to specify the column count outside of the media query. Where the magic happens is inside the media query. Here we're telling all paragraphs that are inside of article elements to change their column count to 2 when the screen size gets larger than 480 pixels. So here I have such an example. We have an article here with some paragraph text inside of it. And here you can see the default behavior of the paragraph inside of this frame here. So this is just a single column paragraph. And when I start to drag this frame larger, when we get to 480 pixels or above, we're going to see that it's going to jump to have a column count of 2. So here we'll scale up, and right when we hit 480, you can see this splits into 2 columns. Now, even though there's only one single paragraph element here, it's giving the appearance of having 2 separate columns here.